Hello YouTube, and thanks for stopping by my new channel and the very first video on this channel. I do have another channel that's doing okay, but I want to dedicate this channel to just photography and camera equipment gear. So I'm going to Iceland in about a month with this bike, and we'll be riding there for almost 3 weeks. But before I go, I want to make sure that I had equipment to record myself in the helmet while I'm riding a bike and filming at the same time. Why don't you just jump on a bike and try this out, and you can see how it works. Alright, so here I am on the bike with the Insta360 mounted on the handlebars of the bike, and the DJI receiver attached to the Insta360 and plugged in via the Insta360 microphone adapter. The DJI receiver needs to be mounted somehow onto the Insta360, and you can get a bracket for it from Insta360, but it was just so ridiculously expensive with the shipping from the US. It was not available in Norway, unfortunately. So I found one on the internet that could be printed with a 3D printer, and I had a friend of mine do that, so it worked perfectly and it costed me really nothing. When I bought the DJI microphone, I bought the set that came with the receiver and the 2 microphones, and so I have the receiver on the Insta360. I have one microphone in the helmet here, and then I have the other one attached to loop on the luggage to pick up the exhaust. It might not be necessary to record the exhaust separately, but I just think it's a lot nicer video when I have 2 channels. I have an exhaust channel and I have an audio channel, and then I can make the video more dynamic by when I'm not talking, or if I do something with the throttle, I can bring up the exhaust and bring down the whatever. And so I just think it makes for nicer edit when you have that possibility. So the way I installed the microphone in the helmet, I have this Cardo PackTalk intercom, and with that there's a microphone, and the microphone is attached to a little boom. So I just clipped the DJI microphone onto the boom. It's not connected to the intercom in any way, it's just totally independent, obviously. So that's how it's installed, and let's get this bike on the road, and you can hear what it sounds like when I'm riding. Okay, so this is a naked bike, which means that I'm getting a lot of wind in my face, and I'm still riding with the visor open, and I'm not sure if you can hear any or much wind noise or not, but I do have the little wind protector installed on the DJI microphone. As you can see here, it's like little fuzzy hairs sticking out of my helmet. So I'm going to close my helmet, and you can see what it sounds like with the visor closed. Okay, so this is with the visor closed. I'm sure that the acoustics are a little different right now, but I think it should be quite okay. And I did a test run this morning with the bike just to check the audio levels, and they were not good the way they were. So I'm happy I did a test run, and I made some adjustments, and I did another test run, and then I was happy. So the way I adjusted the levels is following. On the Insta360, I had to turn down the level quite a bit, so I turned it down to -6 dB. That's the only thing I did with the Insta360 to accommodate for this. And on the DJI receiver, I left everything the way it was with at 0 dB, but I put it to record in stereo, and that is so I will get 2 channels to work with after in post-production. On the DJI microphones, it was way too much level for me speaking this loud in the helmet while I'm riding, so I had to turn down the mic gain on the microphone in the helmet to -11 dB, and same thing with the one for the exhaust, -11 dB. I think it should go to minus 12 dB. It probably does, but when I try to pull it down on the screen, I only get it to minus 11. But I did this pretty quick before I went riding, so maybe you can get it to minus 12. You probably can. But anyways, with minus 11 dB there, 0 dB on the DJI receiver, and minus 6 dB in the Insta360, I found the levels to be working well. So the way you work with a stereo file, and my process for dealing with this video when I get back with the bike, is that I bring the Insta360 inside, I plug it into my Mac, and then I just start the Insta360 application. I think that's easier. You can also do this via... this is way too much fun to ride this bike. So you can do this with the Insta360 app or Premiere Pro or Final Cut or something like that, but I like to do it in Insta360. I do all the framing of the video, I add the keyframes and do everything I need to do, and then when I'm happy with the result, I export it. And the exported file is an MP4 or something. It's ready to actually be shared or whatever you want to do with it, but then I bring it into Adobe Premiere Pro. Once you're in Adobe Premiere Pro, there's a fairly easy way to go into audio. You just right click on the audio file, you click modify, I believe it is, and then you go to audio, and then you can actually split the stereo file into 2 mono files. Which is very good, because then you can edit audio the way you want and bring the engine in and out as you wish. Very handy. So that's it. And then when you finish there, you just export a video, and you can maybe work with some colors and all that if you want to make it even better. And then you export it, and then you're done. So that's it. I'm very happy with this setup, and by the way, I'm also very happy with the Insta360 camera to record bike riding. It's so much better than my last setup, which was a GoPro. The GoPro ended up being home all the time because very often after I've been filming, I had a chest strap or something, and the chest strap is a pain in the ass to carry, and I was not happy with the framing. Now I can frame the videos in post-production, and it's just so much easier. There's like no way I'm going to go back to a GoPro after doing the Insta360. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that this will give you something, and as I mentioned before, when I go to Iceland, I'll be doing a lot of fun stuff, and I just can't wait to go, and hopefully it will be some very good footage when I get back. So please subscribe, and then you can go back to the channel and you can see what I have done. So thank you again so much for watching, and have a great day.